Senegal's rich fishing heritage was once a source of pride and prosperity for the nation, supporting a thriving artisanal fishing sector and contributing significantly to the economy. Before the influx of foreign vessels, Senegalese waters were teeming with a diverse array of fish species, as documented by the Senegalese Institute of Marine Research, ISM. This biodiversity supported an artisanal fishing sector that flourished, with an estimated annual catch of over 500,000 metric tons, providing livelihoods for a substantial portion of the population, as reported by the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. The coastline of Senegal served as a vital breeding ground for commercially valuable species such as sardinella, bongo shad, and grouper, which formed the backbone of the country's fishing industry. This industry was valued at over $500 million annually, according to data from the Senegalese Ministry of Fisheries, making it a significant contributor to the national economy. The once teeming waters of Senegal, which were once a vital source of sustenance and livelihood for coastal communities, have now been described by locals as dead. Macky Sall's decision to renew the fishing agreement with the European Union, EU, had profound consequences for Senegal's fishing industry and its coastal communities. The agreement granted European vessels access to Senegalese waters in exchange for financial compensation, primarily targeting tuna fishing. On the surface, the agreement seemed beneficial, with the EU paying Senegal approximately €1.7 million annually for the right to fish 10,000 tons of tuna. Additionally, ship owners paid approximately €1.35 million per year in fees. However, the deal lacked transparency, sparking controversy and raising questions about its fairness and long-term impact. One of the major criticisms of the agreement was the absence of a transparency clause regarding the amount of fish exported by European vessels. This lack of transparency raised concerns about the sustainability of Senegal's fish stocks and the potential for overexploitation by foreign fleets. Without accurate data on the volume of fish being extracted from Senegalese waters, it was difficult to assess the agreement's ecological and socio-economic implications accurately. The consequences of the fishing agreement were felt acutely by Senegalese fishermen and coastal communities. The influx of foreign vessels, coupled with overfishing and illegal fishing practices, led to a rapid decline in fish stocks, threatening the livelihoods of local fishermen and exacerbating poverty and food insecurity in coastal areas. Moreover, the fishing agreement contributed to the surge in illegal migration from Senegal, as many fishermen saw no viable future in their profession and sought opportunities elsewhere. The dangerous journey to Europe by boat became increasingly common, with an estimated 70% increase in the number of fishermen attempting the perilous voyage. While the EU invests in the artisanal fishing industry and fishing governance, fishermen like Guy have argued that if there are no fish to catch, there is no point to these investments. The fishing agreement signed by Macky Sall with the European Union, EU, had dire consequences for Senegal's coastal communities and marine ecosystems. One of the most significant impacts was the depletion of fish stocks, resulting from legal fishing activities by industrial foreign trawlers from China and Europe. These vessels, operating under contracts with the Senegalese government, engaged in overfishing, causing a rapid decline in fish populations and leaving artisanal fishers with empty nets. The depletion of fish stocks had far-reaching implications for Senegal's economy and food security. As fish became increasingly scarce, local fish prices soared, making it harder for fishermen and fish processors to feed their households. This economic strain was particularly acute for artisanal fishers, who relied on fishing for their livelihoods. Additionally, the soaring fish prices threatened the nutritional intake of Senegalese people, as seafood constitutes a significant portion of their animal protein intake, accounting for about 40%. Moreover, the fishing agreement indirectly contributed to the surge in illegal migration from Senegal. As traditional fishing became unsustainable and livelihoods were threatened, many fishermen saw no viable alternative but to embark on the perilous journey to Europe in search of better opportunities. The record number of migrants arriving from Senegal and neighboring Gambia via the Canary Islands reflects the desperation and hardship faced by coastal communities. The unauthorized and illegal industrial fishing conducted by foreign boats in Senegalese waters has inflicted significant economic losses and environmental damage. Economically, the Senegalese government has experienced a significant decline in revenue from fishing licenses, plummeting by 70% within 3 years of granting access to foreign fleets, according to the International Monetary Fund, IMF. In light of this, the EU is willing to engage in renegotiations of the fishing agreement with Senegal. It is anticipated that the new administration will negotiate a more favorable deal, allowing local fishermen to regain control of their waters.
Thank you for watching. If you like short news like this, consider subscribing and giving us a like.